other news, there was another suspension, this time not for anything related to doping. This time, I couldn't believe it. And when I saw the tweet, I was like, an incident, UCI statement on the incident involving Filip Maciejuk. I was like, did he do something else? But no, this is in relation to Maciejuk. If you don't remember, the Bahrain Victorious rider, I think he's on his Neopro contract, who, I might be too old for that, but who went off the road, came back into the road, caused a crash at Tour of Flanders on the 2nd of April. 2nd of April, which is 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago, nearly 4 months ago. And they said the disciplinary commission found the rider to have acted in breach of the regs for having caused the crash of several riders in the peloton after riding outside the race course and through a puddle on the roadside. Well, that's okay, of course, because he was literally disqualified from the race during the race, which was upheld. So that's not new. And he'll serve a period of suspension of 30 days starting yesterday on 25 July. So he misses, he was in the Polish team for World Championships, so he'll miss that, and the Tour de Pologne, which I assume he would have been doing for Bahrain Victorious, because that's in August, I think.
I hate this decision. Honestly, I hate this decision. At the time, I was saying there needs to be something more so that people know that they shouldn't be doing this. But 3 months later, nearly a bit more than 3 months later, that's just not okay. And especially after Maciejuk has had his public court already. Next to that, he apologized publicly, repeated. Well, he didn't repeat the same action at all in any race from that point onwards. Didn't break a rule since then.
He got DSQ'd.
Yeah, he got disqualified already in the race. So all those things together, I bet you. I'll show you. So Brugge de Panne, the week before this race happened, or a week and a half before, women's Brugge de Panne, Lorena Wiebes goes off the road, goes back on the road, crashes half her group, including Kopecky. That is exactly the same scenario. Exactly the same scenario. What is the difference? There's no media uproar about Wiebes doing it. There's media uproar about Maciejuk doing it in a monument in the Ronde van Vlaanderen. And the fact that media uproar is one of the most important criteria when the UCI applies rules is completely fucked. That should not be happening. And this is a joke. This is actually a joke.
I mean, it wouldn't be if they'd come out. I mean, this was broadcasted live on television from 7 angles. We saw it live. He got DSQ'd live. How does it take 3 months to give the guy a suspension? And it's like they feel like they've waited for the most punitive time to give him the 30-day suspension because he's going Worlds and his home race.
It feels like they came together for the first time since that event a week ago and decided all the UCI decisions at once at a round table and are now releasing them every single day.
I mean, it is a bit of a joke, the Lopez thing. I thought about it more last night. I was like, really? It was okay when he's cleaning up every race in South America or Central America, all the 2.2s. That was fine. But then you saw him on a start list in Europe, and you're like, nah, too fucking far. You're provisionally suspended. Like, what the hell? If Lopez wasn't on the world's start list, would he have been provisionally suspended? And could he have just kept up cleaning up Panama, Panamanian races? I don't know. Because, this is 3 months after for an incident we saw live. It's not complicated. I'm sure he wouldn't even contest it.
I think it shows to me that the UCI's priorities are in the wrong place. Instead of giving harsh punishments to a rider that did it 3 months ago, they should be giving smaller punishments to riders that are breaking this rule every single race.
That's the thing.
People are going off the road so many times. Wellens before that crash, 20 seconds before Maciejuk crashed him in that way, went in the same way off the road and went on the road again to pass people. So every rider in the group does it. And Maciejuk gets blamed because he ends up crashing someone out. I understand that maybe there's more penalty if you actually cause harm doing it. But then in other races, Wiebes crashes people out and it doesn't happen. So I'm like, I'd rather see it consistent across the board than seeing this guy be put as an example without any incentive for other riders to stop because you're not punishing them when they do it.
Yeah, it was like the Buani thing. Like, Buani only got suspended because people went on Twitter and went crazy about it. That's the reality. Like, that's what happened, because his name's Nasser Bouhanni. I see moves that bad or worse every week, and no one cares. So it's unfortunate. Like, because it reminds me sort of you know, in a system or a society where, you know, technically corruption is illegal, but really it's the understanding is everyone does it. But then once someone actually politically or too much pressure happens and that person gets scapegoated, then the punishment for the corruption, which half the people do, is like so over the top and crazy. And that's sort of what happened here. Like Maciejuk, he made a mistake 3.5 months ago that he, anyway.
They should have just let it go at this point. It's too late. I don't want it anymore. I reject.
Oh, yeah, because everyone saw it. It was like, what? That happened in spring. We're past the summer solstice. Like, anyway, I mean, it is what it is. He won't do it again, hopefully, and maybe it's a lesson to others not to do it, but we'll see. But yeah, some things change, some things stay the same.